On this episode of Test Chamber, we're taking a look at one of my most anticipated games of the year. This is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, an expansion to the original game, which also includes the original game inside of it. I'm your host, Andrew Reiner. Tim Turi is here.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
And Jeff Cork is playing the game for us.
Hello. How are you?
Good. And you did the review on
I did.
A different 360 and with a different character.
Yep.
And you gave it a glowing review.
I love this game.
What'd you give the original?
8.5.
Okay. Where'd you land on this one?
8.5.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Way to go, Mr. Consistency.
Ta-da!
So we are now on this is no longer Grancis.
We are not in Grancis. We are in Bitter Black Isle. It's a terrible place to be. So basically, we just wandered in the front door. We're just kind of explore a little bit here.
The island has a front door.
Yeah. Very convenient. Let me just show you a couple of quick things before I get too far into it, just to kind of give you a quick rundown on some of the things that are new. Probably the biggest change that veterans are going to appreciate is you've got your, the travel system. You use fairy stones that take you to port crystals, of course. If you're using a previous save, you get this eternal fairy stone, which is basically an unlimited use item.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and when you use it, it gives you...
Wait, how do you get the eternal one?
If you have a save game from the original. Yeah, and I totally blew it because I'm in a place where I can't use it. Suffice it to say, if I do use it, you get 3 different spawn points from the very beginning.
Opposed to the one that you had to set in the first game.
Right.
Which was the castle or the main
Yep,
city.
the one in Grand Soren, yeah.
Where are they in this one? Are they...
You get the one in Casardis. I think that's how you pronounce it. The very first town, your little hometown. You get one in Grand Soren, and then there's also the one in Bitter Black Isle.
Okay.
And then, of course, if you go to Black Cat after you've beaten the game, you can continue to buy port crystals for 300,000 gold, I think, and you can have just a ton of them.
You put them wherever
placed.
you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got the one I'm playing through, too. I got the one where you go down like this huge like spiral staircase thing down into like this dungeon, and I think that's your first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if I can plug in the original. I'm playing on PS3, and I didn't get the Eternal one. I wonder if I can plug in the original PS3 one, start a save, and then load up the Dark Arisen save, and then it'll give me one. Or if or do you have to start? Do you think you have to start a new game in order to get it?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna try
you've
that.
got an existing save.
It sounds super useful because that was one of the biggest criticisms of the first, the original Dragon's Dogma was that why didn't they just make fast travel easier and more accessible?
Yeah.
And here they are. They've done it. Yeah.
One of the things I really like about this is it's primarily based around this big dungeon, and there's a lot of stuff to explore. Right here, I just picked up some Bitter Black gear, which is basically cursed loot that you go and there's a lady outside the entrance who kind of appraises things and removes the curse for you for a charge. And depending on what it is, sometimes it's like rings that give you an additional tier of power for some of your skills. It can be armor. It can be any number of things. It's kind of got a roguelike feel to it, in that you're hauling around this stuff. You're eventually getting like laden with it, but you don't know if it's worth keeping or throwing away, that kind of thing. I like that element.
Kind of like the Diablo, Deckard Cain type thing. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You were telling me this might be good for people that are just coming onto it with this game, since this one's like $40, good jumping on point, the original game plus bonus stuff. Like I was playing through, I haven't played the original one, so I don't have a save that has like a beefy character from the original. And if you go to the first port city, there's the lady that Jeff was talking about, and like she wants to bring you over to Bitter Black. And so maybe players that want to dive into the new content, like it's just totally, it's accessible, but it's impossible.
This is high level stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to want to
recommend being what, level 50?
Yeah.
At least.
There's no scaling here.
Yeah, if you go there when you're level 50, it is probably not going to be the most fun time you've had.
Level 50 to get you in the front door, but you want to be...
Yeah, if you want to survive...
There. You want to be 100 plus maybe by the end of this thing, right?
Do levels start rolling pretty fast? I mean, do they... No. They start getting into a grind. Like, what levels were you guys? Like,
boy, I don't know. I haven't booted up Dark Arisen yet, but
okay.
I played the hell out of the first one.
My character on my home game, where is she? 60...
63, I think I just saw.
Yeah, 63.
How many hours do you think you pumped into the original retail?
45.
45 or so. Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. This is super sleazy. I like being a sorcerer because her spells are ridiculous, but they take a while to wind up. But this guy is super dumb. And this is just overkill in the highest order here.
Was this is all cast time?
Well,
That's how the spells work. He leveled it up. Like there's 2 different.
Oh, it's like tiers of charging.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you can go 1 meter and then 2.
man, that's dramatic.
yeah, it's absolutely not efficient, and that was, I mean, I could have killed that guy several times over if I just used my staff.
Well,
But
still,
where's the fun in that?
There's not as many particle effects with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm playing the same class as Jeff. I feel bad for you, Jeff, because when you reviewed the first Dragon's Dogma, you did it on a debug unit
Yep.
at work. Then you got the retail game when it came, the day it came out. Played through it again.
Yep.
We put you on the review for Dark Arisen, and they again sent you a debug this.
that's
So you had
the
to play it
worst.
again.
Yeah.
Debug.
I mean, there are certainly worse things that have happened to me in my life. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like oh, man.
That was
But I enjoy the game a lot. So
But you are now on your second playthrough of Dark Arisen.
Yeah, basically.
This game, I gotta point out just for anyone that again that's like jumping onto this one as their first first experience with like the series, or this game, I guess I should say, is like this is one of the less like accessible RPG like JRPGs I've played in a while. It does not hold your hand a lot.
No.
There's no levels don't appear above enemies' heads. It's kind of got that Dark
I love about
Souls
it.
element of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second here. Here's one thing that kind of fits into what you're saying. They added a new enemy type here. There's a bunch of different enemy types. So this one here is a particular pain.
the treasure chest.
Just a bat? That's weird, Jeff.
Yeah, just a bat. Yeah, 11 XP. Okay, so open this chest. Oh, great.
Oh, that's
So-
a classic.
And this is one of the ones that like debilitating effects are really a big deal in this. So
Oh, like status effects?
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. Are
So
you
let's
the,
say we get them out of the ring. Like generally, the pawns do a pretty good job. I think in tight quarters they're not maybe as smart as they could be. This is another one of my awesome.
are you the healer also, Jeff?
No,
No.
no.
Absolutely.
I'm basically just this reckless idiot. That's how I'm playing her. I've got Phil Kohler's amazing pawn, Lady Pants. She's kind of a healer occasionally, and I think here I'm not really leveled appropriately, so I'm just gonna run away. That's what I like about Dragon's Dogma in general is it doesn't hold your hand. I know that was one of the things you were just not complaining about, but pointing out.
It takes some you gotta acclimate to that.
Yeah, and I think I like that. I think all too often games are getting to be a little too easy on the RPG front.
It's not as
like
harsh
it.
as Dark Souls.
Oh god, no.
I like it, but as you pointed out earlier, Jeff, the fast travel system was awful in the first one. Like that's the one thing I wish they would have been maybe played to the more newer conventions of games and let me travel around just by clicking on locations.
Look at Skyrim. Everyone loved that game, and you could go wherever the hell you want, whenever the hell you wanted.
And I probably would have put the same amount of time in it doing more quests though, opposed to just running through the fields killing goblins.
Yeah.
Smash grab it! Take the chance to attack!
And
And there's a big
okay.
a lot of problems here.
So I saw you when you were reviewing it. You were taking on a giant, absolute giant.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 5-6 times the size of this guy.
Look at how many health bars he has.
Yeah, this guy's strong.
Each one of those circles is a health bar for those that haven't played before. Man, that's intense. The only games that reminds me of like Final Fantasy 12 when you would have to go on hunts and like they'd have like just multiple health
Lady
bars.
Pants. Yeah, this is a terrible situation that I've gotten myself into.
Oh, nice!
drop kicked
Oh,
you.
into a treasure chest though. That's nice.
I wish that the treasure chest would open and then it would be
Shield.
one of those dudes.
Oh,
that
you're
was
dead.
really the dumbest thing
Get
I could
out of
have done
there.
Heal up, get an item.
Yeah, fine. I've got these sorted by weight, so that's super great.
Carrying
There is
around
so much
fish.
There is
I
so
know.
much minutia in this game, like between your different like so you have all
Where's
these
my
curatives
stuff?
and gear and weapons and stuff, and then you have one for each of your pawns,
Mm-hmm.
and you manage all of that stuff along with like all their skills. So there is just a lot of moving parts.
That
in
giant
this game.
skeleton has got to go. He's a problem.
And this fight is kind of typical of the battles I loved in the first one that would take time.
Mm-hmm.
You find a dragon out in the woods, and you might get wrecked a couple times, come back 10 levels later, and then have a nice like half-hour, 40-minute battle against a beast.
Yeah, it's definitely what you want. It seems like it's what you want to make out of it. Like I had my first experience with that yesterday. I was just like, there was an ogre on a cliff below me, and I shot it with arrows for like 15, 20 minutes. That's how I decided to do that, and it was kind of satisfying because I found my own way to do it, and I didn't know if I was supposed to kill him yet or
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, you can like cheese some enemies pretty effectively. Like here, this is not going to work. It's a sigil if I keep this onto the little troll guy.
All the way through that.
all the way through that. And you notice my
let's see if you can do it.
my stamina is going down.
What are you doing to him right now?
See that little thing? He'll die in one hit. If I
Really?
can.
Okay, so you're gonna have to go into your menu and get more stamina.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of this spell. All right.
No. Go the other way.
Well, the good thing about this though too is that if you remember the trolls in the vanilla game, they go after the women. In this,
Really?
in the expansion, yeah, they go after men. And I've got all women in my party, so he
I
just
did
seems
not
kind
know
of
that.
Confused.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
despondent.
So here we go. I'll give him. He's like, guys.
You're going to get hit
If
here.
he hits you, it interrupts, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So here we go.
Okay.
That's super great.
It's a ton of risk reward in this game. Like,
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Can you do that? Jeff, talk about the most fearsome enemy in this game.
The most fearsome enemy, Death is no picnic. You kind of run into him, and he's like a double whammy because like I pointed out in the review. Sick here if I can kind of. This isn't going to go well at all. He puts people to sleep. So if you don't have, you're not optimized to prevent sleep effects from bothering you. He'll knock you out with he kind of holds his lantern out, knocks you to sleep, and then slashes his scythe and takes you out in one hit.
Have you tried the one hit on Death?
No, I didn't even bother. I just fled. So,
he's a pain.
yeah, he's not exactly a great
And
guy.
Death looks amazing.
Oh yeah, he's really
Really
cool
just
looking.
cool, floaty,
Yeah, like
wraith
the,
stuff.
The garments, the
Yeah.
way they flow.
I'm a sucker for that. Does he turn you into an eggplant?
No, it feels like
find the
effectively he may
golden
as well.
What's that, Jeff?
He effectively may as well do that.
Yeah.
for as powerless as you feel.
Yeah. Man, this is from what
Ooh,
I gather,
nice.
how I'm only like 7-8 hours into the the core game. Like, how representative of this is the game? Like,
This
how
is pretty much
just
it.
chewing on encounters.
Oh, where's he going? Get back.
Oh, are you doing the sigil thing?
No.
Oh, what's this move called?
The tornado, Maelstrom.
It's so cool.
So you
That's
can see
really
like the
cool.
experience will just pop in the upper right.
You can see the vortex. That's awesome.
Right,
That's
you
really
got
cool.
2 bars down, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrecking him.
Yeah, but then I gotta save Lady Pants.
Ugh, lady pants.
Phil's.
I tell ya.
What level is Phil's pawn?
She's in the 60s too, I believe.
Is there an easy way to heal your teammates?
I have
not-
a caster who is healed. There's like
That's
potions
it.
that will also heal your entire team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
What kind of gift are you going to give Phil?
I'm gonna give him eventually a hunk of silver ore.
Aw, that'll be nice.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what it's shaped like.
Yeah, so the pawn system returns, and I really like the pawn system.
The pawn system is fantastic. I think every game should have that,
And Jeff,
whether or
if
not
you-
it has multiplayer. I love
Just-
that bonk right in the ceiling.
Wow, look at that.
What's
This
really
is the
clever about
best.
the pawn system is it reminds me of like in like Final Fantasy Tactics or RPGs like that, where you can just send your character off and you don't have to worry about them. They're going and doing stuff, and they'll either be successful or not, and then they just come back and hey, they're a higher level. They have cooler stuff. I didn't have to do anything.
I like the idea of like characters existing in a world where stuff is happening even when you're not playing.
Yeah, that's sort of persistence is awesome.
So if you run into this guy, Jeff has shown you a pretty good strategy here.
Be cheap.
He's
You
being
have
cheap.
the high ground. You have
Yeah.
the advantage. Obi-Wan showed us that in Revenge
Yeah, that's right.
of the Jedi.
You gotta cut someone's limbs
Or
off.
Revenge of the
sometimes.
Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
One of those films. Some of the UI things that have changed too are pretty cool. For instance, if you go into the blacksmith,
Bitter blacksmith.
the bitter blacksmith,
Okay.
he is really not into his job. He made some terrible career choices early on, and
I
he's
should have
not
stayed in
happy.
school.
Yeah, my dad said "and sons" in the job title, and it killed it for me. But no, but you can upgrade all of the equipment that you've got in your equipment box, so you don't have to like haul things back and forth. If you say have a shield that you've been kind of kicking around, but you didn't have the ingredients to upgrade it. Just little things like that, I think, make it overall pretty much probably the polished experience that it probably could have been the first time around. I enjoyed the game so much that stuff like that didn't really bother me, but I could see, oh, please don't.
He's really trying to get you.
Oh, he really just hates everything about this, what I'm doing. I kind of hate what I'm doing, too, just for the record. I don't feel super great
There
about
are no
it.
winners here,
No,
except you when you beat him.
exactly. It's going to feel super fantastic.
You could jump on his head.
Yeah, the thing is when I jump, that's the other, I'll jump on his head just so you can see. That's like the...
It's fun. It's got a Shadow of the Colossus thing going
Yeah.
on. Even the music sounds like Shadow of the Colossus sometimes.
Yeah,
there
he's
is something
too close
very
for
fun
that.
about just jumping.
Here,
up
I'll jump on
against
his head, ready?
these. Just die instantly.
Oh, it's gonna be ugly. This could be like. And thanks for watching, folks. Get ready. I'm gonna hit him with my. There you go. And I'm just gonna hit him with my staff, which. Get off this. I just like. There we go.
Get off my plane.
Here.
You're alive. Phil's trying to heal you.
Oh, I want to see
Here,
this
I'll
guy
go up here.
die. Oh, nice.
See, that's what I like about the sorcerer too. Is that you've got
You have
this.
to hover.
Wow.
That's so dumb looking, but awesome.
Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll do one more of these things.
Cork, do you know how do you access core abilities? Are they just automatic? Like once you buy them, it's just like there forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, come on.
7-8 hours. This a JRPG. This is for sure, despite the Western influence, because you're still learning stuff.
So see, look at that damage.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
I want you to kill
Just
him.
wrecking it.
It's really fun to do that, like if you're in the forest and you can just suck up every deer and rabbit within like a mile.
That's awesome.
Jeff, we can't end it with you, but you got to finish this.
Okay,
I
I'll
think
finish it.
we're committed. I want to see
Yeah.
this guy die.
Okay.
More tornadoes.
I want to
Yeah.
see how much experience you get.
Okay. He is just.
Hopefully he doesn't throw anything at you. The big guys throw stuff. These little ones don't, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's not. It's,
Hopefully nobody dies.
oh, there. Well, I got a
crap.
couple of skulls. Like 2 of them have died. So
Well, they're down.
they're down. They're not dead. I can like go down there and revive them.
And Cork, Jeff was telling me that
I want to heal first.
there's no permanent death, so that's good.
Yeah, I can rehire them.
I would
Okay.
this game it wouldn't be beyond this game to include.
Yeah, a lot of
permanent
people
death.
comparing it to Dark Souls more than than the predecessor, which it's
Yeah.
exactly the same. Like
Yeah.
people just saying it's brutal, like really,
Yeah.
really difficult.
I'll aim for the head.
It also has, I think the element that I really like about it, though, is that the delving a little deeper, going, oh boy, I have no business being here, running out, leveling in the world, like the greater world, going back in, and just kind of repeating that cycle.
I'd say one thing that helps give it a little bit of a plus. I mean, I don't want to like beat the Dark Souls comparison to the Dirt because it's mostly a conceptual
I think it's
comparison.
the color palette thing as well.
That too, and then the medieval setting and all that. But I think that at its core, in my opinion, from my experience with them, is just like this game has actually got some satisfying combat in there.
Oh,
After
yeah.
you get the core abilities, like double jumps and rolls and stuff in there, like it's fun to beat dudes up. So
I have a lot of other spells I could be using for the record.
No, this is
This
this is
is
poison. Like,
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, like I've got
Damage.
like a poison gas that I can put in. I've got like a petrifying
Oh, is this
thing
it?
that'll... This could,
yeah, look at 35,000.
Strength in numbers.
Nice work, Jeff.
let me get you here, lady
Put your
pants.
leg
There you
pants
go,
on.
Kate.
One leg at a time.
And then... We hardly
Jeff.
do, yeah.
I finished the first game. I didn't go back and do New Game Plus. I think I might be set up where if I do return again, I have to start New Game Plus.
Yeah.
So once I start New Game Plus, I'll still have all my levels and all that stuff, and then I can just kind of go
Yeah.
over to
Yep.
Bitter Black. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
I just want to note that you picked up unspeakable meat. That's incredible.
We cannot converse
Is that
about it.
unspeakably good or
What
bad?
I don't know. What grade
Yeah.
is that? Is like grade X? Grade redacted meat.
Yeah.
Well, nice work on that really difficult, just mid-level enemy.
I think I may have made it a little more difficult than it needed to be, but it gives you a nice sense of what to expect.
You tornadoed his ass to death. and
So
that
many
was very
tornadoes were
pleasing.
used. Yeah, I use that when I shouldn't be using it because it's pretty much the best.
Well, I was hoping we could show death, but he just kind of shows up randomly, right?
Yeah.
And he is a beast, Jeff. That
He's
is
kind of a beast.
Oh, that's the guy.
Is
And he just leaves you alone because he's chained up there. There are some wizards if you ascend this tower, you know, they'll fire at you. But him, you do not have to engage him at all.
But you did.
Wait, what happens if you engage him?
I don't know. No, then you will fight him, and he.
Oh, God.
He likes to fight, and he's quite good at it. that club that's right in front of us.
That's not just for show, huh?
No, it fits in his hand quite well. And
And you're doing nothing to him, or does he not take any damage until he's free?
he's just, yeah, he'll get free. Don't worry. But
Because he gets mad.
he's really just not into this this whole getting.
So he didn't elect to be chained and
No.
put in weird spike armor.
Uh-uh.
Okay, this isn't just where he hangs
No.
out and finds his happy place.
There's not like a wall on the other side with like weights where he's exercising. There you go.
Oh, the archer's up there.
Yeah. All right, but anyway, this I think is a pretty good.
Yeah, that's a nice little tease. This guy's going to get free. Jeff is doing something really horrible right now, which will get everyone killed.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everyone. That's another episode of Test Chamber. We'll see you on the next one.